Hey everybody, it's John.
And Jillian.
And welcome back to
Charlie and Cacti Adventures.
Hey everybody, John and Jillian, and we're back for part 2 of our Tombstone series. And where are we at? You guessed it, Boot Hill Graveyard Cemetery. Excuse me for the traffic that's out here on the road, but we literally are by a little paved main road right here. And there'll be a little bit of a story to that main road, so go ahead and keep that in front of your mind. So let's go ahead and go inside and let's go see some graves. So if you're ever in a Tombstone area, I highly recommend this. It is everybody friendly. Your dog has to be an official service dog. The cost of admission is $3 per person. Children are free. You do get this little handy dandy pamphlet right here that she goes ahead and she tells you the famous graves, and they tell you funny snippets as you're going to go ahead and see in the video coming up. Now a little bit something about that road right there that cuts through Tombstone. That was just recently paved in about the 1980s. And when they went ahead and did that, Boot Hill Cemetery just wasn't right here on this little mound. It cut down, let me go ahead and readjust it. It cut down and went down the hill right there. And what happened is the city had to go ahead and exhume all those graves and transport them to the new Tombstone Cemetery, which is right over yonder right there. Some say they didn't go ahead and get all the graves. Some people say they only went ahead and exhumed the graves that they needed to go ahead and exhume to go ahead and pave. So one day on our adventures, we're going to go out that way. We're going to see if we see some headboards. But let's go ahead and get in the Boot Hill and see some people.
Was shot in 1879, shot by John Ringo when he made a disc-bearing remark about some woman. Pretty cool. Colleen, shot by Frank Leslie, 1880, results of a disagreement over Colleen's wife. Leslie married the widow.
Three-Fingered Jack Dunlap, shot by Jeff Milton. Dunlap, of a one-man band train robbers, attempted to rob the express car which Milton guarded. He was critically wounded and his friends left him to die. He was found and brought to Tombstone, where he lived long enough to inform on his friends.
Joseph Ziegler, murdered in 1882. A Ziegler, aged 27, was shot one night through the left breast and lived only a few minutes. He and Ed Williams, who shot him, were miners and had been quarreling while working that day. Their murder took place behind the old ice house near the corner of Tough Nut and Fifth Street. Charlie Storms, shot by Luke Short, 1880. Guns blazed against as these two gambling men met. Storms was shot in front of the Oriental Saloon where Short dealt cards.
Douglas Lilly, killed 1881. Lilly, a driver for the Sycamore Water Company, was thrown from the wagon, trampled, and the horses and died instantly when the wagon ran over his head.
Gross. Marshall White, shot by Curly Bill, 1880. He was accidentally shot as he started to take Curly Bill's gun. This took place on the lot where the Birdcage Theater now stands. We were told that the grave sites with the blue are officers, fallen officers, as we see today. And also on this grave, it looks like some police officers paid respect from different law enforcement around probably Arizona or even the states in general.
And Marshal Fred White That part was actually depicted in the movie Tombstone. So if you saw that, that's when he went out, when Curly Bill was out there drunk with the guns ablazing. Lester Moore. Here lies Lester Moore. 4 slugs from a 44, no less, no more. Moore was a Wells Fargo agent at Naco, Arizona, and had a dispute with a man over a package. Both died. This information came from an old resident. All right, not too much information on this guy. Kansas kid. The only thing we know about him is he was a cowboy killed in a stampede.
W.M. Grounds died of wounds in 1882. He was shot in the face with a shotgun by one of the officers sent to question him in connection with the murder of M.R. Peel.
Okay.
M.R. Peel, 1882, a young miner engineer who was shot one night in his office as he worked late. Suspicion fell on Zingwing Hunt and Billy Grounds. Billy Kinsman, 1883. He was shot by a woman much older than he, who was jealously in love with him. Information was given by his niece. John Gillespie, 1882. He was one of the officers sent to arrest Billy Grounds and Zingwing Hunt, suspect's killer of M.R. Peel. He died instantly when Hunt shot him in the head. Again, blue ribbon officer. A faded blue ribbon, but still, nonetheless.
And the tributes. Here lies George Johnson, hanged by mistake, 1882. He was right, we was wrong, but we strung him up, and now he's gone. So George Johnson innocently bought a stolen horse and was caught with it. Unfortunately, they hung him up and he died, only to find out later who truly stole the horse. Shame. Old Man Clanton. He, with several other men, was ambushed on a cattle drive by Mexicans. All but one man were killed. As you can see, he's another CSA veteran, just like the other grave we saw earlier. Billy Clanton, Tom McClary, Frank McClary. Murdered on the streets of Tombstone, 1881. Tragic result of the OK Corral battle, which took place between the Earp brothers with Doc Holliday and the Cowboys. 3 men were killed and 3 were wounded. Well, everybody, hope you all enjoyed our rendition on Boot Hill, and we'll see y'all later.
Yeah, more videos to come.
Later.
See ya.